Okay, so I have another Toro here. Now, I've worked on two in the last few days, so I don't want everybody to get confused. This one I've only diagnosed. That's all I've done. I took the cover off. I used some starting fluid. It ran for a second and died. Tells me it's a carburetor issue. Now, recently I just purchased a $15 compression tester, and I'll show you how I use that one of these days, but not today. And I also tested to make sure it had good compression. It's at about 68, 70, somewhere around there, PSI. And the minimum you want to go is 60 PSI. So it's still got a little bit of life in it. So we're going to just change carburetor. Now, my suggestion for shade tree mechanics that want to work at home repairing their lawnmowers, if you have a carburetor issue, simple to diagnose. You spray starting fluid in it. If it starts and dies, you know you have a carb issue. 99% of the time, that's a carb issue. Instead of trying to clean it and do all those fancy things, it's just easier to go get yourself an aftermarket carburetor for 20 bucks at the most, depending on what you got, obviously, but mostly 20 bucks, and replace the carb. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so this one's going to require an extra step or two. Typically, you would take your carburetor off with these nuts right here, but there's one way in the back that I can't reach. So that means you have to take off the suction or the output bar. So that takes the fuel and air mixture and puts it into the engine. But the problem is the muffler is in the way. So we're going to take the muffler off. So there's no gasket on the muffler. Usually there's a gasket there. Now we're going to take the bar off. And the whole carburetor comes off. Anytime you're looking at your linkages, you're going to want to make sure that you kind of get a mental picture of where it is, or an actual picture, so you can remember to put it back like it was. Go ahead and take the air filter off. We've been ate up by mice. Take our fuel line off. Okay, so now I'm going to take off the extension here. The gasket appears to be pretty good on this. Okay, so I have to take this plastic piece off of this one. Okay, so you gotta be careful with this kind of stuff. Every little piece is there. There's an O-ring that was left behind. Okay, so I just clean these parts up with gasoline. You can use carb cleaner, whatever you feel safe with. I never use the impact wrench to put the bolts back on because you don't want to over tighten them and break them. So you saw that it ran pretty good. I tested it out, did all right. I will admit that I got one of the linkages on wrong, so I had to take it back apart. Wasn't hard. And put that linkage on correctly. I had to check my video. So make sure you take pictures when you're disconnecting linkages. Otherwise, we'd have been looking up PDF online trying to figure it out. It ran a little high, I thought, but once I started mowing it, it sounded perfect. So if you'll click this up next box, it'll take you to a video where I was diagnosing this. So if I can inspire you to keep up your maintenance while you're living your dreams. Thanks for watching.